Oh, hey there. Are you guys just sitting around too, obsessing over Bitcoin and wondering, hey, how can I make a little bit more money, buy even more Bitcoin? I don't know why I have this fidget spinner. Let's get right into it. So the first thing, I have a few things pulled up. One of them's about alien lizards that rule the world. All ways that you can make additional money without doing too much. Um, First website you want to try is Opskins if you play Steam games. So if you play any of these Steam games, Killing Floor, Rust, Unturned, Payday, Battlegrounds, King of the Hill, etc., Counter Strike, you can sell your Steam items on here pretty easily. And so for one example here, we can actually go to Battlegrounds, which is one of the most popular games right now. And you can actually just sell your Wanderer crates and your Survivor crates that you get from your BP from winning games and just playing games in general. And you can sell them for about 50 cents a piece. I think the Survivor crates actually go for a little bit more. Let me check. Yeah, about 56 cents a piece. So the price is slowly going down on them, but it's easy to get a few, at least 3 of these a week. Sometimes people can get maybe 10 of them a week if you play a lot. I have about $6.25 from selling Steam related goods, and you can actually cash out with PayPal, send it to your PayPal, and then send it to your bank account, and then buy more cryptocurrency with it. Now, one thing you should know is that the Steam market and Opskins are two different things. So you sort of link your Steam account to Opskins, and then you actually send the items over to Opskins, and then you sell them there. You can actually sell on the Steam market as well, but you can't withdraw Steam money. So if you actually have a bunch of Steam money currently on your account, you can actually just buy expensive things from one of these games. Like let's say you have $20, just find an item that actually costs $20, and then buy it, and then turn it around and actually sell it on Opskins instead. So that's a way to do that. If anybody wants a more definitive video on how to sort of sell and buy things on the Steam market, I don't actually do any kind of trading on the Steam market. I really just get things from my games and then sell them. Because while I'm playing it, I might as well just sell them. You know, I mean, either way. So that is one decent way to make a little bit of money. And so let's move on to the next tab here. Of course, Craigslist. Now, Craigslist seems kind of obvious, but for example, I have a Rock Band set that I never play, that I've had for a long time, and Rock Band actually goes for a lot of money because they stopped making the drums and to some extent the guitars, but they stopped making the drums and the microphones and things like that. And they actually go for kind of a high value. So if you go on like Amazon or something like that, and you try to buy a Rock Band set, and when I mean the video game, that is, it's actually kind of hard to find, and they're all really expensive. So I'm sure everybody has something sitting around their house. Maybe you have an old laptop you never use, or an old computer that somebody might want to buy. You know, just this, that, or the other thing. I don't recommend selling everything you own, like cars and things like that, to buy Bitcoin with, but trust me, there's something around your house that you could sell and then buy Bitcoin for. So if you can buy even just 50, or if you could sell something for even just 50 or 55 bucks, that's 0.001 Bitcoin approximately right now, a little bit less. And that's not too bad. That is a tradable amount of Bitcoin. You can make a couple bucks here and there with that, and it just sort of adds to the to the amount of Bitcoin that you already have, and therefore higher profits. Another thing that we have here is swag bucks. Now, I'm not too big of a fan of this. This is one of those survey websites, and it is one of the highest rated survey websites online. Now, so what you do is you essentially log in, you make an account at 2,500 SB or swag bucks. You can redeem and get $25 sent to your PayPal, or you can get various gift cards and things like that. The only reason I do it is to just transfer the money to a PayPal account, and then you just transfer that to your bank account, buy even more Bitcoin. So the one thing I don't like about this website is that some of these surveys here, they seem really great. Like, oh, just a short survey here to earn 100 swag bucks, which is pretty much the equivalent of $1 every 100 swag bucks. Because if you think that 2,500 is needed to send $25 worth of PayPal, then 100 is worth $1. The problem with the surveys is that if it's not the thing that they're looking for, like if you make the wrong decisions in the survey and you're not the person that they're looking for, they'll just kick you right off the survey, and it's a total waste of time. You get like 1 point for it, and it's a massive waste of time. You'll never make a lot of money on swag bucks, but if you're just sitting around and you're just bored and you do a few of these surveys a day, eventually you'll come up with 25 bucks. And then again, with all of these methods, including selling things, you know, maybe from your Steam games or selling things on Craigslist, you start to accumulate a few extra bucks here and there, you know, 100, 150 extra bucks to put into Bitcoin, which is not a bad idea. So some of these surveys are really frustrating. Like, for example, some of them will ask you if you're a smoker, like a cigarette smoker, tobacco smoker in general, and it'll ask you what you smoke, so like packs of cigarettes, or do you vape, or do you do this, or chew. And so if you select them, you know, and of what you do, you basically just have to lie. I've read a lot of people that just always pretend that they're a Hispanic woman with tons of children, and nobody ever works for the company that the survey asks about, and of course you smoke and you try everything in the surveys. And I've tried that myself, and it works a little bit more, but you still get kicked off of surveys from time to time, and that can be kind of frustrating. So I can't recommend this too much, but again, it is a way to make a little bit more money. Now here's an interesting thing that a lot of people don't know about. It's called Amazon Mechanical Turk, otherwise known as MTurk. And this actually came out, I think, in 2005 or 2004. So it's essentially a work-at-home website where you don't get necessarily hired, but what you do is you just you go to MTurk and you sign up, and it's basically you use your Amazon account. And so what you do is you find hits, and they're these little micro jobs. And so you'll find some, and this is 5 cents. And so mark the purchase lines on a receipt. So basically, like, you'll just receive all these receipts electronically, and you're going to be marking the lines on a receipt. So you're essentially verifying receipts. Or some people want you to circle images in within an image. So like you circle this or circle that within this image. Some people want you to evaluate a search result. So you're gonna search something, and then you're gonna evaluate that result. What did you get, or what was the outcome of that? And so eventually this adds up, and some of these are only like 5 cents, but some of them are quite a bit more. And you can actually pay at least let's say 50 cents. So we can search for some of those, and there are some of those, but some of the ones that are really high, like $5 and stuff, are usually not very legitimate, I've heard. I always do the little tiny ones, and those always work out pretty good for me. So Amazon Mechanical Turk, MTurk, not too bad of a way to make income. Kind of obscure, even though it came out a long time ago. Not a lot of people really talk about it too much. So I think you need to be a US citizen for MTurk, I've heard. But either way, it might work out for you. And so let's go into YouTube. So we have a video here, and I just brought this up as a joke, of lizard people that rule the earth. So apparently that's a thing. People believe alien lizards rule the globe. It's a thing. But either way, it just goes to show 894,000 views, all-time conspiracies. Admittedly, I'm actually subscribed to this person because some of these conspiracies are just like really fun to watch. It's just sort of just like entertainment, and you know that most of them are completely false. Like, was Jesus an alien? Like, okay, like I'll listen to that. I mean, it's just like watching reality TV. It's total garbage, but it's absolutely great. So I actually recommend this channel. It's pretty fun. But either way, this guy's making 900,000 views. So on YouTube, every 1,000 views you get of a non-copyright video, your own upload, your own material, if you will, gets you about $1. It's usually a little bit less, but you can make a general rule of thumb that 1,000 views on YouTube is about $1. So 1 million views is about $1,000. And so YouTube is not a bad way to make a few extra bucks here and there. And sometimes your videos blow up, sometimes they don't. If you have really good networking skills, then they'll be a little bit better. So I don't make too much money from YouTube, never really have, but it does bring in a little bit. One thing to note about YouTube is that to claim your money, what you do is you make an AdSense account on Google, and you cannot actually extract your money until you've reached $100 in ad revenue. So if you have a really slow channel, that could take several months to accumulate. And if you have a really fast channel, well, it's gonna be really fast. Some people make hundreds of thousands, 6 or 7 figures on YouTube. Unlikely for the layman people like us, but we can all dream. And my best recommendation for YouTube is do what you do best. Period. Don't try to do things that everybody else is doing just because it looks like they're all getting a lot of views. They're getting a lot of views because they were first, for the most part. So I got a decent amount of views by casting Warcraft 3 and various other RTS games that were sort of under the radar. And so I had a kind of a close following because of that. And it was very unique because there's only maybe 5, 6, 7 Warcraft 3 casters on all of YouTube right now. And so that filled a really close niche. Or niche, if you will. So if you're out there making CS:GO videos, where a game that millions upon millions of people play and upload videos every day, you're not going to get any views. I'm sorry, you're just not, because there's already a million other people uploading the same video to YouTube. So if you're uploading videos of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds or CS:GO or something extremely popular, or WoW or something like that, like games, it's just not going to do anything. So news is pretty good, new things that come out. So here's one of the secrets of YouTube that very few people seem to ever put on websites or ever seem to tell when they're talking about success on YouTube. And what it is be first. Be the first to upload whatever it is you're uploading. For example, you can get video game demos from various websites, including Steam. And some of these demos are fresh off the oven kind of thing. They're just greenlit, and some of these demos are extremely obscure and have no kind of advertisement attached to them whatsoever. So here's the deal. Once they hit Steam, download the game, and then, you sort of make a video about it, and you're the first one on YouTube. And now when that game comes out, everybody's going to be searching for that title, and then it'll kind of blow up. So that's kind of a way to do it. That's just like one example, but there are many examples I suppose people could throw out you. But I am and currently am still kind of a gaming channel. I've been talking about cryptocurrency a lot lately, but I still consider it a gaming / talking channel. And so that's the way I do it, but everybody has their own thing. So do what you do best. Try to fill a small niche, if you will, and be the first to upload things. New games, be the first to upload new videos of this, of news, this, that, and the other thing. And of course it's going to be because people, if you just look, on YouTube, let's just type in, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. Nobody else is like, all of the millions of views are all the way at the top. Nobody actually goes to your video. Your video isn't going to be on here. Your video is going to have a few views, and it's just not going to be. So if you can be the first when somebody wants to check out a brand new game title, whatever that is, and you're the first on there, you're going to develop a lot of views for that, and you're going to develop a lot of ad revenue, and your channel will be fairly successful in terms of bringing in a little bit of extra money. Now the final thing I want to talk about is, of course, mining. So NiceHash Miner, if you want a full explanation of the NiceHash Miner, I have videos on that I uploaded maybe a week or two ago. So just check my channel and go back a few videos, and I talk about the Nice Hash miner, so you can go into more details. Right now I have about $50 waiting to deposit in a little bit here, so I don't have much more to go till I can deposit some money into GDAX. So I'll deposit a little over 0.01 Bitcoin, which is going to be, you know, 55, 56 bucks or so. And that's even more Bitcoin that I can trade and swap back and forth and continue to make a higher percentage now that I have a higher amount of Bitcoin. So mining is good, but I do have to warn you guys that mining only works on really, really powerful PCs. Do you have multiple GPUs? Do you have a gaming GPU? Do you have a gaming processor? If you just went out and bought your computer and it's just some family computer from Walmart or Best Buy or something like that, or a laptop, it's just not going to do the trick. It's just not going to do it. I wouldn't even try if I were you. I don't want to hold you back, but it's just not going to work. You need to have up-to-date video cards, multiple if you can, or an ASIC miner, something like that. But I have two GTX 980s in my computer. Let me show you here. And an i7 5820K, which is getting to be a pretty old processor. It is a 6-core processor, but they've come out with much better processors than that since I've bought this. And of course the GTX 980 is still quite competitive, actually. It's still a strong video card. It pretty much runs any game at ultra still. It's getting a little bit old now, but it's not too bad. I would like some 1080 Ti's, but I don't want to invest the money into buying them just to mine with them, just to be able to mine a tiny fraction faster. So it's not going to be too big of a deal for me. But that is just a few ways to make a few extra bucks online. And if you combine all of those methods that I showed you, make a YouTube channel and be making this money per video that you're putting out, and be mining at the same time. And also, hey, if you play PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, just sell all your stuff. I mean, what do you even need it for? If your character isn't wearing it, or you don't care about your character's clothes or anything like that, they're useless to you. Just sell it all. And another tip on PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is to don't actually open your crates. You have the chance to get a mini skirt, which is a lot of money, but it's so rare you'll never make money. So it's sort of like gambling. You might as well just sell the crates and make more money right up front, in my opinion. The crate prices are starting to go really low, and once they go too low, then it might be a little bit better to actually open the crates, but right now you're better off just selling the crates. So just take those all in consideration. If you do the survey websites and you do MTurk, all of that money is just going to add up over time, and you can just pour that into Bitcoin, aside from, you know, your job, because if maybe you're working a job where you just don't have any extra money to actually just be putting some of your paycheck into Bitcoin. So these methods are just pretty much free methods that you don't really have to do anything. If you already bought one of these video games and you've put hundreds of hours into it, you probably have quite a bit of stuff to sell. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, put them down in the comments below, and I will make a video out of those questions. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and as usual, I'll see you guys next time.